Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Waseem Anwar. I am from Lahore, Pakistan. We are yet again back with an exciting and informative series of interviews, starting with one of the most dynamic lady in ONPASSIVE. You all must have seen her on webinars and even a lady who possesses ample knowledge and carry a vision of bringing a change in the lives of people. She is a doctor. She is from USA. We are lucky enough to get her learning and experiences. She is none other than Dr. Patience Ajongwen. Ma'am, I cordially welcome you are here. How are you?
Good morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever time this interview meets you. Thanks, Mr. Wasim, for inviting me. I have when I joined ONPASSIVE, one of the first people that reached out to me was you. So I'm very elated, delighted, elongated, whatever adjective you want to use, to be with you today, to have some time for us to chat and know each other. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. You gave me your precious time. I know you are too much busy. You are doctor and you have too much business. But you gave me your time. Recently, I have done interview with your husband, Dr. John. It was awesome experience with me. It was an awesome session. So I hope we'll do fun in this interview. The purpose of this interview, I want to know about this rather than on passive, because of course we'll talk about on passive, but founders want to know who is the leader who is spreading knowledge without getting any salary, and with they are giving time from their precious time. So thank you very much. You are here. So let's start the session, ma'am. My first question always I ask to everyone. You currently you are living in United States. Where you originally from? Because maximum guest living in USA and Canada, but originally from another country. I know you are originally from another country, so we want to know from you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Wasim. And yes, I was born in Cameroon in a little town called Boya. Born, my dad is a police officer, and my mom was a housewife stroke and secretariat. And I went through different schools back in Cameroon, then got my O levels and A levels. After my A levels, I was blessed to gain a scholarship to go and study in United Kingdom in England. And I went to United Kingdom where I studied and had my bachelor's degree, my double master's, postgraduate certificate. Maybe we'll go into that later on. And from there, my husband was transferred to the USA as an expatriate, and I eventually followed him a year after. And that's how I got to the United States. And we've been here for more than 20 years.
Great, ma'am. Great, ma'am. Ma'am, you told about your little bit about your expertise and something. So, can you elaborate what your expertise and you are doctor? Can you tell me about your experience before on passive?
Yes, Mr. Wasim, my father always wanted me to be a medical doctor.
Yes.
My mother was a nurse, and I did not like the sight of blood. But I loved the fact that to be in medicine, but I didn't know what I can do to be close to it. So when I went to England to study mathematics, I came across a subject called biostatistics. And for me, that was my own way to get into the medical field. As a biostatistician, I will be able to analyze clinical data that will bring medical care to me and you. So I studied biostatistics and mathematics on my undergraduate. I went up to do a master's degree in applied statistics, and I did a master in philosophy in mathematical statistics. Then I moved to the US. After I studied up to the second master's, I did a postgraduate certificate for applied statistics. So I started working with a company called Glaxo Wellcome in England as a biostatistician. And I was like, I'm closer to medicine, loving my maths, and bring it to look at drug development, and I started working for Wellcome. When I moved to the state, I continued my education, and I did a PhD in biomedical informatics. Again, bringing the statistics and the biology to help bring drugs and reagent for diagnosis kit to the world. And I also did a Master of Public Health with a concentration in epidemiology, which studied the state of disease. Right? And us public health, we believe that prevention is better than cure. So I'm in that realm. So I have been working in corporate, starting in England with Wellcome. It's a pharmaceutical company, to Schering-Plough, and then moved to Johnson & Johnson in the diagnostic sector, where we do reagent to bring diagnostic products to the world. And I'm still in that field. So I've worked in corporate for over 20, up to 30 years, I think. And I am very happy because right now I can do the math things, also bringing it into the medical aspect by bringing reagent through FDA to the world.
Great, ma'am. Great, ma'am. Excellent, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to know about your family. Can you tell about your family?
Yeah,
Or
Wasim, as you know, I am married. I'm married. My husband is Dr. John Ajongwen, which you've interviewed already.
yes, I know.
We're married with 5 children.
Yes.
And I think she said most of that, but I'll repeat it just for continuity for this interview. Our eldest daughter is doing her PhD now in clinical psychology. My son is working as a digital marketer with a master's degree in that area. My third doctor is a medical doctor. She's doing a residency as an emergency doctor at the moment. Our twins daughters are going to school. Right now, they are hoping to do public health. One is concentrating in health, the other one in policy. We'll see how that goes. Apart from our 5 kids, Wasim, we have adopted a lot of children. I realize my husband did not talk about that.
Yes.
We have more than 10 kids that we adopted in Cameroon that are our children. And these kids came from our sisters and brothers that passed away were very young and left the kids at the age of 2 up to 5. So some of them are married now, so we have grandchildren from some of them, and they're mostly in their university age. So I consider myself as a mother of many. That's why it's very difficult for me to say I have only 5 kids, because those children, we are the only parents they have. So that is my family. We love sports. All my kids play sports. The youngest one plays volleyball. My oldest daughter plays soccer, called football in the rest of the world. My son plays soccer as well. My third daughter plays soccer. All first 3 of them played rugby at a very intense level. But my twins' daughter were the one that decided to do volleyball.
Oh,
so
great.
That is our life. We are in sports.
Wonderful. Yes, wonderful, ma'am. You brought up your kids in very good manner, a good way, and they are qualified. This is very good, and they are in not educated. They are in sports as well, so that's good. That's good. So and this you have a good heart. You have 10 adopted kids. So it shows your heart, uh, how you close to the ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE is another name of humanity. So, ma'am, one important question. We want to know about your love story with Dr. John, how you met with him.
I thought you asked that question to Dr. John. You're not going to ask me
Yes,
again. Anyway,
yes.
as I said,
Maybe some other line we'll hear.
I got scholarship to go and study in England,
Yes.
United States, and being out of country, the home away from home for us was a student union organization. So once in a month or once in a while, they'll put a gathering together that we can go, we talk, and then have some light music dance. And they were ahead of us. They were in England already, and he was a gentleman, very quiet, but very caring. And I'm like, who is that guy? I didn't have really had any interest. But what he has told me is that when I went to England, I was very young, I was like 18 or so, and uh, uh, one of our Cameroonian brother that was there took us all like his children, if I can put it that way. So he went to that my father away from home and said, I saw a lot of daughters that you have here. That's what he told me. That like, I don't know. And I'm very interested in that one. I saw like she's very humble. She's homely. She's a good cook. That's what she told me. Because when I used to go there, and after the event, we all sleep in that my and father's house because it was closer to the event. And the next day we'll catch our bus. So when I get up in the morning, I would make breakfast for everybody, not knowing that's just me, right? Trying to be caring. And that's what he said attracted me to him. But what attracted him to me was his humbleness. He was very humble and down to earth. You would not even know that this is a guy that has a PhD and is working. He was not carrying his shoulder up. He was just humble. You would not even know that he's that intelligent. So that drove me to him too. One thing led to the other. We started talking, and the rest is history.
Great, great, excellent. You are right. I have done an interview, as you told, with Dr. John. He's very humble and very down to earth. I really enjoyed the interview session with him, and he's very kind hearted, and that's great. That's great. Ma'am, tell me about your country, Cameroon, and I love your dressing. I am happy you remember your culture. Although you are living in United States in another country, normally we wear the same dress according to country, but you are wearing your culture. So that's great. So tell me about your Cameroon.
Oh my goodness, my country Cameroon, my sweet Cameroon, my
Yes,
sweet Bamenda.
yes.
This outfit is from the region from Cameroon that I come from. The capital of that region is called Bamenda, and we wear this to show that we are proud of who we are. Cameroon was a sweet country when I was growing up. We we you could walk in the night, you could go anywhere. It was so safe, it was so friendly. And when I left Cameroon, that was a vision I still have about Cameroon. And I'll tell you that, Wasim, it took me a very long time to take another passport because I was like, I'm a Cameroonian. I love my country. I am going to go back there. I'm going to work there. That is my heart. That is where I want to be. But unfortunately, one thing led to another. Now there's instability. Our parents don't even want us to come to. But Cameroon is one of those countries that had a lot of food. That's why we always laugh that Cameroon will not have war because nobody goes hungry. They call it Africa in miniature because it has everything. Everything. Every type of food you find there, every type of weather you find there. A small country surrounded by Nigeria, Chad, but it was a very rich country in culture and everything. Unfortunately, right now there's some instability in Cameroon. We're hoping that God willing, it will change because my heart is still in Cameroon. I'm still looking forward to move there. My father refused to leave. He's still there. My mother is living here with me. And my father said, I can't leave my hometown. So I'm a proud Cameroonian. I would dress Cameroonian all the time. I really am proud of who I am. And I hope that the Almighty God will make me one day to go back. I take my children back in Cameroon and they really want to go back there. They were born out of Cameroon, but they love it. I take them there. I used to take them there every other year. And the last 5 years, we have not gone because of the insecurity right now. But they love it and they want to be part of it. I'm just hoping that the Almighty God will rescue us from whatever is going so we can all go back and go back to our sweet Bamenda and enjoy our family.
Wonderful, wonderful, ma'am. You have created a curiosity for me. I must visit Cameroon after launch on Passive. So So I want to visit every country in global. So I'll must visit Cameroon. So that's
Mm,
great. So
we're now a global family, and I
yes,
must visit
yes,
Pakistan. I
yes,
know I have a
yes.
brother there now in you, so
Yes, 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 you must you all welcome, most welcome in Pakistan anytime. So we'll happy to receive you and Pakistan is very beautiful and we'll show you. So, ma'am, my next question is I would like to know your journey with On Passive, including how and when did you join On Passive? So, how it has changed your personal and professional life? I know you are very busy in your profession, but you are giving time for on passive. So, how is your experience?
and thanks for that question. I I was just sitting and I was thinking that I'm getting, lack of a better word, older. Well, I'm happy that I'm getting older, hopefully with more wise. And I was like, how can I get early retirement to really do what my heart desire, which is to go out and reach out to the unforgotten, the people that feel that they're unforgotten, to lift them up. And I'm just like, God, I don't know. I can try with the little income I'm making from my job, but how can I do more? And this one day after Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving is a holidays that we celebrate here in the USA in November. I got a text from one of my little sisters, and it just said, join the upcoming IT company, click here to join, something like that. To be honest, I clicked and said $97 actually joined, and I called her. So what is this? And sis, I don't know. It's something that somebody just gave me, and I just shared with you. I said, do you know what you've just shared with me? An upcoming IT company, and in 2020 November, the website was just like list of products, right? And the plan is to develop all this. You don't know you're sitting on jewel. Please, this is great. So I started telling her more about the IT things that I'm saying. So I sent it to my husband. I said, please join and let all your children join. That's our kids. And he had just caught COVID and was very sick. And we were just lucky as I joined on the around the 3rd or so of December, and Ash Mufara had a webinar. And I went and I put the webinar close to him to listen on his sick bed. And he listened and just sent me a WhatsApp text because he couldn't talk. He was really sick. So please make sure you send it to all our family members. So that's how I started sharing. And we went to one or two corporate meetings, and we realized that they were great meetings, but a lot of people were shy to ask questions. A lot of people really just could not raise their hand. And I called one or two guys and I said, look, let's start and we'll learn along the way. So November I joined, December 15, 2020, we started a webinar. As I said, not a lot of people at that point, but the people from our community was very happy to come to that webinar because now they're not shy. They can ask their question and together we can figure it out. And we started with one. With a couple of months, we had two webinars. So we said, okay, let's separate it so we can help people with the onboarding, which is founders only on Sunday, and we have the guests to help our community to tell them what ONPASSIVE is, give them an ONPASSIVE overview. And let me tell you, ONPASSIVE has changed me. Not, should I say that ONPASSIVE has enlightened the spirit I had in me already, right? To give. As I told you, we have a lot of kids that were sponsored back in Cameroon. But when I saw the CEO speak from the heart, I said, this is not only a company that is trying to make us think about money. It's also saying that, okay, you're going to have the money. What are you going to do with the money? And I caught that vision of the humanity part. And I'm like, hey, the CEO keeps saying that I wish there was many Mother Teresa. So what can I do? I started eating, sleeping, dreaming on passive by doing the webinars and attending webinars to learn to come and help people in my own webinar. So we can spread the word, so we can spread it to our community, to our family, to our loved one, to our frenemies. I tell people, even your enemy, share it with them. Because if all of us come in and everybody has financial independence, there will be no enemy. And then we can really touch those that cannot even come in. Because truly some people cannot come in, right? Even though they gave us to next to nothing, some people cannot afford it. So if that can give me the ONPASSIVE already changed me. I'm seeing me gaining financial independence, time independent to go out there and start doing the work that we're supposed to be doing here, being our brother's keeper.
Great, ma'am. Great, ma'am. Ma'am, how do you see ONPASSIVE after launch, and how is it going to impact of lives of founders, customers, businesses all around the world?
The way I see right now, I have loved the process. We sat here, I was using Internet Explorer. One day, Chrome threw up, boom. I didn't know the process, right? Oh, I just used it. WhatsApp came, boom. I'm like calling all my grandmother in the villages. Download WhatsApp, we can talk for free. Well, that's not really true. We just use it. Zoom pass, boom, we're just using it. ONPASSIVE is, for me, has given me the opportunity to walk the process to launch. Give me the opportunity to be one of the first to use the products, like beta testing. What an opportunity. And the way I see ONPASSIVE after global launch, for me, is changing a lot of lives. Yes, nobody can be founders anymore. But if us, the founders, reach out to our community, say you can be a resellers, before we know it, 3 million people have financial independence. Before we know it, 4 million people have financial independence. The multiplier effect will just go on. And hopefully everybody coming in will have the heart. Because ONPASSIVE is a company with the heart. The heart to touch humanity. Can you imagine if everybody in your community can have 3 square meals, go to good schools, have good roads, good hospital, because us, the founders, have taken the heart of our CEO and applied, taking that vision and applied to uplift humanity. That's how I see ONPASSIVE helping me, helping humanity, helping the world after global launch.
Excellent, ma'am. Ma'am, we all know you have so much busy routine in personal life, and you are managing your webinar as well. So, how you manage your webinar? How is it your experience? So, tell me about webinar shows and which day you do your webinars.
Waseem, as I said, we started by doing what we call a guest webinar on Saturdays,
Yes.
10 a.m. and then our founders only on Sundays. That's how we started. And I took that very seriously, that I brought a lot of great leaders that are working in that group with me. And what we have done, because we said, look, any great leader that want to join us, will open the door for them. And the goal is that, let me say I have something else. I have a bereavement to go to, a wedding to go to, a graduation to go to, a birthday to go to. It did not stop the webinar because the other leaders are plugged in. So we came in and said, look, we have to work together, because united we will flourish, divided we will fall. So we work together hand in hand, so that when somebody is not around, it's seamlessly the webinar is going on. We devoted that time and we took it serious, we, the leaders on the platform. And when the foundership position ended, we said, okay, let's make the meetings shorter. There were some few founders that had just joined before foundership ended and needed speed up to get on board. So we switched the Saturday as founders only as well, concentrating on onboarding of the back office to keep them on speed, the new founders, concentrating on talking about security, online security, to make sure that people's account are secure. Concentrate about making sure your email is secure. We concentrate on that security and the mindset of founders. What does it mean to be a founder? We did that for Saturdays. The Sunday now we did a lot of products demo. We did a lot of financial readiness. We're just trying to look at stuff that founders might need. ONPASSIVE is a done deal for us, right? It's automated. What else can you do as a founder? What does it mean for you to get up one day and see a lot of money in your account? So our webinar, we started concentrated to say, okay, how do we get people ready? Financially, physically, emotionally, and with your mindset. So that's how we've been running it. And we are so dedicated, and I'm very grateful for all the leaders on that platform that has come for us to work together and have the same mindset to help people selflessly. Dr. Derek, Sister Debbie, Sister Irene. I don't want to call all of them. I can miss some people. Sister Severine, Diana, Andrew, all of them that have been there. Pastor Paul 360, Aisha, all of us working together, hand in hand, to ensure that there's not a single day that webinar is not there to serve founders. And founders hopefully enjoy the fact that we're there for them. Thank you.
Great, excellent, ma'am. And ma'am, we all know about our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, the genius, the mastermind of this project, and they have positive vibes. We know, but I want to know your opinion about him.
Wow, Mr. Ash Mufara, what can I say? When I went to a couple of webinars and corporate webinars that Mr. Ash Mufara was there, I was just like, my spirit just connected with him. I saw the genuineness of him. I saw the brilliance. I saw his heart. I saw that he's not only there to make money, but to make sure we have the mindset to help humanity. At one point, I shared that how many houses can you stay in? How many cars can you drive at the same time? Why do I need a new phone when the other one was working? I think he was talking about his iPhone was iPhone what, and he has not changed it because it's still working. I'm like, that is my kind of person. That is my kind of person. Mr. Ash Mufara is just for me. He doesn't like to be elevated that way. He's a humble man. But for me, I think it's divinely sent to help humanity. He might say, no, I am not. He is. God has chosen him to use him as a vessel to bless all of us. And that type of heart, the heart of gold, the heart for one another, the heart to love your neighbor as you love yourself, the heart for say that all of us are brothers and sisters, whether we're black, white, green, or yellow, we're all human. And all of us are human because when you cut our skin, what will come out of it will be blood, and all is red. It's not different. That heart, the heart to show that there's no barrier. We don't have any barrier. We are a human race. We are not Pakistanis. We are not Africans. We are not Indians. We are not English. We are all human. We are not black. We are not red. We are not blue. We are human. We are one people. That is what made me understand that this company is going to be great. And Mr. Ash Mufara, God continue to bless him and just watch him. He is that type of leaders. I don't know, as Waseem, whether you've ever seen your company CEO come and sit there and talk with you guys for hours and hours, and at the end say, I'm your friend. I haven't seen that. And because of that, my webinar doesn't have time. People have like complained. I said, as long as somebody needs help, I'm going to be sitting on that webinar because Mr. Ash Mufara showed me that type of value. He is there to the end. He's there on hours, assuring us, listening to us, relating to us. What else can I say? He's a great man. He's a man of integrity, humility, a man that like honesty. That's the man to reckon with. And I just want to say that that's how I see him. That is his attribute. I cannot, if I want to start to talk about Mr. Ash the way I think, will not finish. But that's the little I can say now because I know interviews have time limit. I just thank God that he's brought ONPASSIVE to me. It was divinely brought to me. And for me to connect with a great leader like Mr. Ash Mufara and a global leaders like all of you guys. Thank you.
You are right, ma'am. Thank you very much. And I never seen a CEO before who talk about mutual benefit, who talk about humanity. Uh, Always CEO see the personal benefit, so not other. So the Mr. Ash Mufarah approved it, and in start in 2018, foundership price was $97 in little things. But with the passage of time, the things increase like physical products, data center, all digital products tool to digital marketing tool to digital digital products. But he never increased the foundership price because he care about the people. And normally we see the other companies when we join the company, and if the company increase anything, they forced to pay the money. You have to pay because you do have no choice, because you have already joined the company. So but Mr. Ash Mafara didn't this. So it's great. And he was thinking about the package price. Recently he announced the how he relaxed the people. They don't worry about the package. How will you buy the package? You can buy a single product from little amount, and you can carry on. So this is amazing. Recently, he paid the Yemen people founders ID, and no CEOs care about this. It's amazing. It's amazing. Ma'am, we have seen many uh, digital products of on passive. We have can had it. So, what is your favorite product and why you like it?
Yeah, when I watched my husband interview, I'm like, he stole my answer. Anyway,
Yes.
I, I agree with him. I don't have just like one, but there's one that I can push that is the first. But for me, I have 3 to 4 products that are there in my head, and but one would dominate. But I'll start with the least to the most, right? As I told you, O Academy. I told you that I have a lot of students in Cameroon that we're sponsoring, and a lot of them would like to go to nice higher education and to go to good schools in Cameroon. Even to come abroad, it costs a lot of money. Can you imagine that these kids can get good stellar education without having to leave their house to incur fees for rent of a apartment, without have to leave their house sometimes to risk their life to cross the Amazon forest to come to greener pasture here in the US to study, without have to go through the Mediterranean Sea, some of them trying to go to Europe to study, but they can sit in their house, you buy a good internet system for them and give them academy to study and higher education, priceless. Then O Connect, they can take lessons in different parts of the world. And we know that there are different parts of the area that have good expertise, right? A lot of people know Indian is the technical hub, and they might say, okay, I see somebody is offering a course in Hindu, and I know this guy is good, but on my O Connect, it can translate it for me to hear in English. You can study anywhere. You can use O Connect to study anywhere because it will translate that lecture for you. Priceless. But the one there in my heart as well is Oh Bless. Oh Bless. When I joined ONPASSIVE, I told you that we had a lot of kids that were adopted, but they're all family children, right? So we sponsored those. And as I joined ONPASSIVE, one of the things it changed me is I shouldn't be waiting to have millions to really touch people out of my family circles. Okay. So last September, we decided to send about 20 kids to elementary school. 3 of them have just passed very well to go to secondary school. That is going to be more money. We started with elementary school because we wanted to touch a lot of kids. Can you imagine what we can do with All Bless to bring water, education, help to these children? Young kids, 5-year-olds are sitting home. They're not going to school because they were internally displaced because of the trouble, and they don't have anybody to take care of them, to bless them. Even though I know what my sister-in-law was doing, I think my husband shared that. There were 4 women that from their pocket, they started an organization that's been doing very well. Occasionally, we support that organization. There's so much you can do with Obless. Can you believe, Wasim, you might sit in Pakistan and sponsor a child in Cameroon? I can sit here and sponsor a child in Pakistan through Obless. That's priceless. And for me, what changed me once I came into ONPASSIVE was Obless. Obless changed me, changed my passion of ONPASSIVE, because now I'm somebody that loves to help people. I don't want to praise myself. I will give my last penny to somebody than to use it. And I came to a company that have that mentality, that vision, with a product called Obless, that somebody will run a campaign on it, a genuine campaign, and all the money will go for that campaign. We know what GoFundMe does. All the money will go to that campaign, and people across the world can contribute to that campaign because it touched their heart. Why, if all of us founders get engaged, why are we not going to say that we eradicate poverty and uplift humanity? That is how we're going to eradicate poverty. That's how we're going to uplift humanity. Because through Obless, we'll give people opportunity to acquire knowledge that they can fend from themselves. So Obless, for me, trumps, but the other products I've said have work hand in hand with it.
Wonderful, wonderful, ma'am. And ma'am, you are, we are, and many people already doing OBLAS according to our own capacity. So this OBLAS, I'm talking about passive OBLAS, how will impact on humanity?
Yeah, Wasim, as I said, I just came up from a medical outreach in Nigeria. One of a great founder, Dr. Janet and Sanji. She's in New York. She's my sister and the founder. We went to we went to we went to we went to Nigeria, in the north, where there's a lot of internally displaced and refugees from Cameroon, to start blessing them. We did medical outreach. And Wasim, it is a humble experience. And that's why I said, Father God, thank you, because we are living in plenty and we don't know. Somebody is looking for 50 cents to feed his family, 50 cents equivalent. So imagine that if I was going to Nigeria like that and I've put that campaign in Obless, and all of you great founders contribute, imagine how many people would have touched. We saw about 1,000 plus people that came from medical outreach, and a lot of them were coming with chronic condition that they did not know. That is what our test did. A lot of them were sick, they did not know, and we had to give them medication. Can you imagine how many people we could have touched? And maybe we would have done the medical outreach with giving them a mini microfinance project and even give them food if Obless was already ready and I put that campaign through Obless. Can you imagine what would have happened? Can you imagine what Obless can help me and you do to our community and the world beyond? That's how Obless will change humanity. That's how Obless will uplift, eradicate poverty. That's why Obless will reach the unforgotten, the people that are in the villages that think that they have been forgotten. But we go and bless them and say, look, you are not forgotten. Look, help has come. Through Obless, we have blessed you. And you see, they go and bless others, and they go and bless others. They go and bless others. It's a chain reaction. So Obless is going to help us if we really use it the right way, with no fraudulent type of way, with genuineness. It will change humanity. Because right now, most of the platform, they cut a lot of money for overhead. They cut a lot of money to pay workers, their staff. But me and you are going, we already have financial freedom, right? We don't need to cut money from the Obless campaign to pay our income. So it's going to really help humanity because we have financial freedom for ourselves. We have the time, financial time, we can go and touch others.
Thank you very much. Excellent. You explained very well. And my next question is, we all have seen the massive marketing campaign on ran in Dubai and Burj Khalifa. And what do you think about the impact it has left overall standing of on passive? And did you feel any kind of change in terms of people coming and asking about the company?
When I say our CEO is a very, very smart and astute businessman and marketer. If you know Dubai, I went there. I was blessed to go and visit Dubai for one of my sister's 50th anniversary, her birthday. You will know what I'm talking about. It's one of the most visited country, Dubai. The Dubai Mall, all of those places. So for me, that was strategic. People are going in the mall every day. They're seeing this ONPASSIVE. People are waiting. So the moment ONPASSIVE globally, bam! I went to Dubai. I saw that. Wow, that's it. It is brilliant. It is brilliant. Mr. Ash Mufara is the only marketer that has done the branding before it goes live, right? We are branding ourselves. We are saying that this is us. We are ONPASSIVE. We are coming. It's just like watching people's mouth. On the top, Burj Khalifa, I went to that building when I was in Dubai. That water fountain, I was there. So what he's doing, I keep telling people, I said that's the most brilliant stuff. Because Dubai is the most visited country and city in the world. So we are in a nice place. As they say, we are at the top. We are really at the top. Because there's nothing that can top us launching ourselves in Dubai. I think it will be great for ONPASSIVE. I think it's brought a lot of awareness for people that did not know. Now they know.
Excellent, excellent, ma'am. And ma'am, we all know Dubai is an international business hub, and Mr. Ash Mufare was decision was very good and very smart move to start branding from an international hub. So there are many events coming in coming next month, and recently we have seen many events like UK and Ireland event, Germany event, and Mr. Charles went to Cameroon, your country, and have done wonderful event and TV coverage that event. It was awesome experience. So, what do you want to say about these event? It you do you think it will impact on passive next move?
Yes, I think so because, as you said, Charles went to Cameroon, even went to the ambassador here in the US, and all the great leaders are doing a meet and greet and opening to public. So you come there as a non-founder, you've seen all the founder excited, you're wondering, why are they excited? You hear about the products, it's like, okay, I see why they're excited. You'll be waiting. So we have put the people's curiosity out there. They're curious, they're waiting. So the moment it comes out, everybody wants to go and look at it. What is this thing about? So that is a great marketing strategy. And founders might not realize that the meet and greet too is helping, but it is. Those events are very, very important to bring the awareness to ONPASSIVE. Because the moment they are launched, people in Cameroon were like, I saw that in Equinox. ONPASSIVE. Yes, did one guy called Charles came from America and they interviewed him and he was in Equinox. Didn't he talk to the ambassador? Let me go and find out. They're in the internet to say, okay, ONPASSIVE. It pops up. That is a game changer. That's a game changer.
Yes, 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 you are right. It's a game changer. And ma'am, as we all know, foundership has been closed forever, and we are on next move. So, what do you see in coming month, coming phase? What will happen next?
So as we are waiting patiently as founder for the tech team and Mr. Ash Mufara to do their stuff to optimize the product so that they are above market value. Listen, he said above market value. He's not going to come and say we are equivalent to. No, we are better than what is there. Once we are patient to wait for that, and the moment it comes out, me and you should continue to engage our community that missed out to be founders to come in as resellers. Because the more people can come in as resellers, the more we are helping humanity, the more we are touching our community, the more we are uplifting humanity, and the more we are eradicating poverty, right? And the more we are reducing crimes, we'll be surprised. A lot of crime are committed because people are poor and they're hungry. So the next phase is for us to be patient, keep getting our founders engaged. If you have a team, you have a community, you are a leader, get them engaged so they don't fall off the wagon. So the moment we launch, everybody can activate. And the moment we activate, we should bring awareness to ONPASSIVE so people can come in and reseller and still give financial freedom for their children.
Great, excellent, excellent. We have to show our patience, and your name show the other name of on passive. So, so when you kept your name, so you knew about one company will come and will talk about myself.
Yeah. I asked my mother why he named me Patience at one point. She said, oh, I had different names from Comfort. She gave me a couple of them. I decided on Patience. And I think I like the name. It's a unique name.
Yes.
I try to be patient.
Yes.
And sometimes when I call the doctor's office, I say, who is calling? They say, Patience. We know you're a patient. What is your name? My
Patience.
name is Patient. So I always get that. So
uh,
I've come to get used to it and I'm okay.
some people say you Dr. Patient. So I said nice, Dr. Patient. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time. And last, any message for founders, especially for Pakistani founders?
For all the founders in the world and Pakistani founders especially, please, if you are not IT savvy, don't worry. Remember, OnPassive is all done for you, it's automatic. For just be engaged, ask any leader to help you. For all of us, let's start. This is our time to start getting ready for greatness, ready to change our dream. So let's start keeping our little money aside to get that package activated. Let's make sure our email is secured. Let's make sure we add recovery information in our email. Let's make sure that our password is secured, our device is secured. Let's make sure that we are ready. Let's be patient. Let's be excited. We are in
Yes.
a place that you will never be. We are in a company that is going to change the way business is being done in the internet. I'm telling you, it is an earthquake. It's a change that is coming to the internet, and we as founders are going to be part of that change, and we're going to enjoy the fruit of that change. So let's be engaged, let's stay safe, and let's just wait for the great day. Thanks, Mr. Wasim, for having me. It's great talking to you. I hope I answer your question.
Yes.
I
Yes.
will, I always like when you come to the webinar. If you have
Yes.
any webinar, just let me know. If I can help, I will be of great help.
Thank you very
Salam
much.
alaikum.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your patience and thank for your kind words and thank for kind advice for founders. And it was an awesome session with you. I didn't notice the time, and I was listening you very carefully, and it was like same with Dr. John. I enjoyed both sessions, and I'll see you in coming webinars or in the interview session, inshallah. So see you next time.
Inshallah.
We are so in it to win it. Bye bye.
Inshallah. Bye bye. Thank you.